Well, hello there and welcome back to this F1 2017 Sauber career mode. We're at round 17, Circuit of the Americas, just outside Austin in Texas for the United States Grand Prix. First things first, we'll listen to the voicemail for the qualifying objective. Qualifying 11th and beat Grosjean. For the first time in a long time, I think I might actually struggle to do that. I'm off the pace at COTA. I always have been. It's not a brilliant circuit. I've tweaked the setup during the practice sessions and found a second, but I think our pace is going to be sort of around the midfield, unfortunately. So I'll be expecting to maybe get to Q2, and that might be about it. At the end of the last episode, of course, we had a load of resource points, and I spent them on the third unlock available for the R&D points over here on the aerodynamics, which means, of course, there's still no upgrades onto the car. That's 2 races in a row now, but don't worry, it will all be done at the end of the season. Progress history, of course, a few other teams have improved. Mercedes and Ferrari have both improved a little bit, and now Ferrari is the best team, but they are pretty much neck and neck. Another team to improve as well slightly was Toro Rosso, so we've now dropped behind them a little bit, but you can see there on the right, it's quite a tight group. From Toro Rosso down to Haas. As for the units, we're on to the 5th units. We'll now jump on to unit number 6 for qualifying the race. So units number 6 are only going to be used from now on for the qualifying and the race sessions until the end of the season. Units number 5 and everything else will be used in the practice sessions. I don't want to take any more penalties. So 0% on everything there, very nice indeed. The gearbox, onto the 5th unit as well. We've already done one race at 9% as well. So there's not much else to look at then. We'll go to qualifying. Hopefully we can get through Q1. I don't think I have too much of a problem. I believe the weather is going to be dry for the whole of the qualifying session and the race as well, but I'll be looking to probably get into Q2 and that will be about it. But that's okay, you know, we can do a couple of different strategies from there and hopefully get into the points. But for now, we'll focus on qualifying and try to get through the first session. So we have managed to successfully make it through to Q2. Actually did 2 time laps, and the second one was almost half a second quicker, which has seen us safely through in 8th place as well, which is quite nice. Well, Vettel's already used his super soft tyres, so no big surprises it looks like. We'll just scroll down to see who's being eliminated. So the 5 drivers out then: Kvyat, Alonso, Van Dorn, Lance Stroll and Pascal Wehrlein, who lines up at the back of the field. So safely through to Q1. Let's hope we can get through into Q3 as well. Although I wouldn't be too disappointed if I ended up something like 11th and 12th, and to be honest I might be looking at doing the 1 stop here. So in Q2 I might very well just use the super soft tyres, see what we can do, and yeah, maybe just go for the 1 stop. But I'll certainly try my hardest to get into the top 10 shootout. Yeah, I thought I'd struggle, and I've been knocked out. 11th place though, so it's the best of the rest. And to be honest, I'd rather start 11th and have a free choice of tyre strategy, but let's say start 10th and be locked into the ultra soft. So we missed out by just over a 10th of a second, and it wasn't a particularly clean lap either. I could have probably gone a bit quicker if it had been the perfect lap. But the top 10 there, as you can see: Vettel, Hamilton locked into the super soft tyres, Bottas, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Ocon, Verstappen, Perez, and the 2 other drivers apart from the big 4 is Hulkenberg's Renault and Massa in the Williams. So 11th place for us. Sainz will be 12th, Magnussen 13th, Grosjean 14th and Palmer in 15th place. So we won't be seeing Q3 then, but that gives us good scope to do what we want with the tyre strategy. So to be honest with you, I'm pretty pleased with 11th place. I'd certainly rather have that than, let's say, 10th or 9th. So the resource points for qualifying must be a little lower than what it normally is for us, but still 85, which is nice, brings it up to 466. The rivalry update, we did complete qualifying and out-qualified Grosjean as well, so it's now 14-5, so we've got a nice 9-point lead. And the reputation continues to drive up as well. We've managed to be at least 11th place and beat our teammates, so it's nice to see. It's probably the highest it's been so far. 4 teams now at 100%. Next one to join will be Haas, who hopefully will be after this race. So then, we'll listen to the voicemail and see what the race objective is. Hopefully this is something easily achievable. Yeah, finishing 11th and beat Grosjean, so finishing the top 10, and we will hit our target, which is nice. So then, not much else to look at then. We're already on to the best units we can possibly believe, units number 6. So we'll go away and we'll have a look at the grid formation.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Esteban Ocon, and Vettel, Perez, Hulkenberg, Massa, and the Sauber, Sainz, Magnussen, Roman Grosjean and Palmer, Ricciardo, Alonso, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Lance Stroll, Wehrlein, and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So we've been promoted to inside the top 10. 3 drivers have penalties, including Vettel, who took pole position but starts as 6th, and Ricciardo as well, who qualified inside the top 10 but is starting down in 15th. So we'll look at the race strategy. One stop strategy then, supers onto softs. I'm quite happy with that. You can see the session forecast. It's going to start off sunny, then be a bit cloudy towards the end. Right, we'll start with some extra fuel first of all. What's that, 3.3 extra laps? Yeah, not too much to look at, but I'm not going to go for the 2-stop. It's a bit pointless starting in 10th place. So supers onto softs. Tempted to do softs onto supers. In fact, I'm going to change that. I'm going to change from softs onto supers and do the pit stop around about, yeah, something like here maybe. Yeah, there, 15 onto 28, something like that. That gives us scope then, because to be honest with you, it's saying the ultras can do 7. I reckon I can get about 8 or 9 out of them. If I can maybe push these soft tyres to maybe the edge of lap 20, we might be able to go softs onto ultras. But I think it's going to be softs and supers. So we'll run with this one-stop strategy and hope for a clean start to the race. So then we'll get the formation lap out of the way and then get the 17th round of Season 3 at America on the go. So then, a crucial turn 1. We need to keep it clean. Not a bad start. The Ferrari heads to the slow one. We'll protect the inside line. We've got space behind us. Up to 5th place. Look at that. Where's Verstappen? He's behind us. So we are in 5th place. Great start then on these soft tyres. We're the only car out there to start on the hardest of the 3 compounds. So at the final corner to complete lap 1. I'll be expecting the leaders to streak away into the distance, but as long as we can hold these guys behind us up, as they're all on the 2-stop I believe and we're on the 1, it's going to put us in good stead for the second half of this race. So on lap 3, DRS is now being activated. We're sort of keeping pace with the guys in 3rd and 4th. And due to having a bit of high downforce in sector 1, it's enabling me to put a bit of a gap in Verstappen behind, so he can't attack us yet with the DRS. And heavy fuel in the car feels okay as well, unlike other circuits in the past. So so far so good really. The virtual safety car is out due to I think it's Kvyat that's out of the race. So that enables me to save a little bit of fuel. So back to racing speed then, we had DRS as well a little bit on Ocon. Try out the inside there. Oh, that was a late one. Ocon saw me at the last second. Up to 4th place, and I think the guys on the ultras are starting to struggle now. I can see on the map that pit stops are happening. It's good to get one over Ocon straight away. So then lap 8, I've got Verstappen right behind me, and I think he's about to put a move on. Well, he can't. Look at our top end speed. He can't get close. He's right behind us, but he just hasn't got enough to put out. I wouldn't be too disappointed if he manages to get past anyway, because he's definitely on the 2-stop. We're on the 1. But if we can hold him behind us, it just makes things a little bit easier for us. And then lap 8 E-pits. Bottas behind us has already made his first pit stop. He's on the ultra softs. I'm not really going to fight him because we're not really fighting Bottas in this race. So into lap 10, we have a quick look at the tyres, 32%, so pretty much bang on course for this one-stop strategy. I reckon if I pit at the end of lap 16, 12 laps on the supers, should work quite well in our favour. So down the back straight, lap 14, here comes Hamilton, he's made his one and only stop to go past us. And I've got Vettel behind me on the ultras, he's going to make another pit stop. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold him behind me for long, but once both the Mercedes and Ferraris get past me, I'm essentially looking at a 5th place here overall. Well, it's been a good run on the soft tyres, 16 laps, but we're going to be coming into the pits now. I've got a sneaky suspicion Verstappen's going to pit as well. No, he isn't. Let's get this right on pit entry. Nice, right. Onto the super soft tyres. 3.3 laps of fuel, so we'll be into rich mix. Let's see where we rejoin and see if we can gain any extra positions. So into lap 21 then, we're pretty much, well, secure in 5th if Verstappen wasn't right behind us. So we're having a bit of a ding-dong battle at the moment. We both pitted at the same time for super soft tyres. I should have enough rich mix fuel to get to the end, but another thing as well, Bottas ahead, who I believe is in 3rd place, has got an engine problem. And I am catching him slowly. You can see the second grey dot ahead of me is Bottas. He is slowly falling into the clutches of Vettel, and we're sort of keeping pace with Ferrari as well. So Bottas has this engine problem towards the end of the race. We might very well be able to sneak a 4th place from him if Verstappen can't get past us. So into that 24-28, still got Verstappen behind me. Up ahead, Vettel has just passed Bottas into turn 1, so that's how close the Mercedes driver is. And if he continues having engine problems, we may be able to steal 4th off him. Verstappen again, can defend. Try and squeeze him a bit wide if we can. Trying to hold on to his 5th place. It's a lot of fun. Oh, yellow flags are out. Bottas, there he is. He stopped on the side of the road then, so whatever problem he's had, it's now got a bit worse. And I was hoping to pass him on track, but I don't mind. This is up to 4th place then, I should say. I've still got Verstappen right behind me here. Comes Verstappen again, lap 27 and 28. Oh, we get very close, but as long as I protect the inside line, he ain't going to get through. So into the final lap then. Just one more lap to see off Verstappen and take this 4th place. Just a couple of corners to go then, almost out of fuel. But Verstappen hasn't been able to do it. We've managed to put up with him for the best part of 10 laps, and it's a 4th place result. Fantastic. So there we go then, there's the results, and you can see the one-stop strategy definitely trumped those on the 2-stop, with 1st, 2nd, 4th and 7th place all on the 1-stops. Working on wins with Hamilton 14 seconds back in 2nd, and Vettel a strong 3rd place as well. We just managed to hold off Verstappen at the end to take 4th place. 12 more points I believe now takes us over the 100-point mark and gets us a bit closer to both Verstappen and Ricciardo as well. Ocon in 6th, Grosjean has done well to get 7th from 13th, then Perez, Ricciardo from 15th to 9th, and Hulkenberg picks up the final point. Further back, Palmer just misses out by just under a second. Magnussen in 12th, Bottas after his problems and had to make a late pit stop has finished 13th. Then Van Dorn, Sainz was a lap down, as was Alonso, Verline in 17th, Stroll in 18th, and Massa 3 stops again for Massa down in 19th. Danny Kvyat was an early retirement, 2 races in a row now, but he's retired fairly early. So we'll have a look at the standings. Raikkonen extends his lead, 30 points over Vettel. Hamilton jumps his teammate Bottas into 3rd place, 42 and 52 points back respectively. No change between Perez, Ricciardo and Verstappen. We're now just 12 points behind Verstappen, and we have managed to hit the 100-point barrier that has eluded us in the first 2 seasons. Ocon and now Grosjean rounds out the top 10. Further down, no other changes at the lower part of the field. In the constructors, no change there at all. Ferrari extend yet again, 64 points ahead of Mercedes. Red Bull and Force India separated by 34 points. We're at 102, very safe in 5th place, followed by Renault, Haas, Toro Rosso, Williams and McLaren on 8 points. So the resource points, this should be the maximum 125, very nice indeed, takes up to 591. And the first driver bonus as well, pretty low for qualifying unfortunately, but decent for practice in the race, takes us to 645. The rivalry update, again we smashed Grosjean on that, so we might be able to see this away before the end of the season. And the team approval, there we go, Haas now at 100%, and every other team continues to rise, so this is definitely the strongest it's been so far. And the career score, very confident I can get over 10,000 here. Strong race, strong practice. Oh, we've just missed out, 9867, but it does take us over a season total of 200,000 and a total career score of 500,000 as well, which is a nice milestone to hit. We don't have a classic car event, so we can do an upgrade then. At least we've got 645, so we can do that major one, although I might just leave it for the end of the season, and we'll have a look at some more minors. So I want to get this one done. Well, we've got a couple more majors here as well. I might just leave these for the end of the season. So we'll get this minor one done then, and hopefully that comes in next time out. So yeah, pretty decent weekend overall in the end. Not one of our strongest circuits. Qualified just outside the top 10, made a great start up to 5th, got past Ocon for 4th, and then had a nice little battle with Verstappen in the last 8 or 9 laps as well. And top end speed on the back straight was just enough to keep the Red Bull behind. So hopefully this will come in the next week, which I believe will be Mexico. It is a favourite track of mine, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, another good strong weekend. We're having a very, very good strong end to the season. Hopefully, I don't know what target to set myself now really. Well, try and get past one of the Red Bulls. That's the target. If we don't do it this season, then definitely into season 4, I want to be 5th place in the Drivers' Championship by the end of it, because I think that once we've got a few more upgrades, we should be consistently quicker than the Red Bulls and the Force Indies, and hopefully with some more upgrades of Erline can start moving up the order as well, because he's yet to score in our career mode, and I'm getting a bit desperate for my teammate to start knocking inside the top 10. So for now, thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you all for the next one very soon.